Okay, class, we're going to continue with our activities on page 65. Okay, on this activity we start with a questionnaire. So we're going to listen once again our reading activity. So get ready.
Unit 4, Track 40, Activity 1.
Questionnaire.
A.
If you wanted to make friends with a new student in class, would you 1. Give him, her a present? 2. Ask him, her to join in your study group? 3. Ask a friend to talk to him, her?
B.
If it were your best friend's birthday, would you 1. Do nothing? 2. Give her, him a present? 3. Make her, him a cake?
C.
If you didn't like your friend's brother or sister, would you 1. Do nothing because they're family? 2. Tell your friend the truth? 3. Ask your friend to stop spending time with his, her, brother, sister?
D.
If your friend told you a lie, would you 1. Do nothing because it's not important? 2. Ask him, her to tell you the truth? 3. Wait for him, her to apologize?
E.
If you had an argument with your best friend, would you 1. Apologize immediately? 2. Start spending time with your other friends instead? 3. Give him, her a present?
Okay, this is being our reading activity. So here, no, we decided to look for friends. What would you do as a title? Now let's see here. I have grammar number 2, second conditional. Look at the following sentences. Circle the clause which indicates a condition and underline the one which indicates a consequence in case of conditions becomes a fact. Listen, when we talk about second conditional, we talk about imaginary situations. Okay, first of all. Number 2, when we talk about a second conditional, we talk about a real situation and an imaginary consequence. Be careful. Be careful also that when we use a second conditional, your sentence need to be in the simple past. No, in this case, the situation and the conclusion is not in future, but you use would in your answers. Be careful. Now let's see here. I have the rules. I mean, listen. If I had an argument with a friend, I would apologize. Look here, the verb in the past. I told you. If I had an argument with a friend, comma, I would. So in this case, would is necessary for the conclusion. I would apologize. Es like, for example, si un amigo y yo discutimos o discutiéramos, yo me disculparía. So that's the idea. No, underline the one which indicates the consequence. So this is the consequence. Okay, the consequence. And the first part says circle the clause which indicates a condition. Teacher, how do you identify it? Here, the clause. If. Okay, if. But in that case, for example, this is all the clause. The first part. The part that is if called if clause. Okay, check. For example, if a friend told me a lie, that is the clause. I would be very upset. So what is the consequence? I would be very upset. If I didn't like my friend's sister, now this is the situation, I would avoid talking to her. No, evitaría hablarle. That is the consequence. But remember, be careful. Okay, give me a second. When you talk about, I repeat, second conditional, the second conditional is for imaginary situations. So what does it mean? For example, in the first one says, if I had an argument with my friend, but I don't argue with my friend, never. So it's an imaginary situation. And the consequence is also imaginary. Okay? For example, if a friend told me a lie, okay, my friends tell me, don't tell me lies. Okay? If I didn't like my friend's sister, okay, I love my friend's sister. It's not correct. It's an imaginary situation. And the consequence, remember, it's also imaginary. Now let's see. For example, see here says complete a chart with the clauses. Then choose the correct information as to the rules on the second one. So what do you have to do here? No, is to let's complete the chart with this information. No. Now let's see. Here we have the rule. The second conditional is used to express a particular condition in the future. Okay. Listen, there is not a real likelihood for this condition to happen. There is not, says the first one. The second one says there is a real likelihood for this condition to happen. So class, what is the possible answer? The first, the negative one, or the affirmative one? Opinions. The second one. There is no real likelihood for this condition. It's imaginary. Okay? Let me see. Give me a second. Yeah. Let's continue. There's a real likelihood. Okay? Letter B. The structure of the second conditional is. Remember, we use a simple present? No. We use a simple past condition. And would plus the verb in the base form, no? Verb in the present. Okay? Now here, there is not real, okay? There is not real. Now let's see, here I have some activities in which you can show the second conditional. Second conditional, remember, imaginary situations. No? Okay, so we're going to check these activities in class so that you can practice. Okay, class, thank you very much. A pleasure to create videos for you. See you in class.